Tonight, we have the great Meryl Streep on the show, one of the world's greatest actresses. She can transform herself into anyone. And here she is, sitting beside me, playing an actual member of the audience. Meryl, you are extraordinary. You've got it so well. The lifeless eyes, the sense of hopelessness, the sad posture. The clothes are so good. They're brilliant, brilliant. Really, really excellent. Oh, there you are! Let's start the show! We have a great show for you tonight. Everyone excited? Hey, I have a trio of amazing guests on my sofa tonight. Imagine that, a celebrity threesome we are allowed to talk about. It's been a week of sex scandals, it has. Did you see the story about John Whittingdale, the Conservative MP, who unknowingly had a relationship with a sex worker? Did you see that? Yeah. There's John there, squeezed into an escort. He didn't realise it was an escort at the time. Thought it was a Subaru. There is talk. He may have the whip withdrawn. How get up there? I don't know. Let's get some guests on! Later, we'll have music from Eurovision hopefuls Joe and Jake. Yes, we will. But first, she's one of the hottest actors on telly, starring in hits from Spooks and Ashes to Ashes to the brilliant Line of Duty. Now she's playing a Brit abroad in the family drama The Durrells. It's Keeley Hawes, everybody! Oh! Woo! Hello! Come in. Come in. Sit down, do this. Champagne. The champagne awaits. As the undisputed king of rom-com, he shared the screen with Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, Julianne Moore and Renee Zellweger. Now he's starring with Meryl Streep in Florence Foster Jenkins. Please welcome the charming, the witty, the handsome Hugh Grant! Oh! Hello, sir. Very nice to see you. No, really good to see you. Sit in, sit down, sit down. And she is without doubt one of the world's greatest actors, winning the Oscar for her roles in Kramer vs. Kramer, Sophie's Choice and The Iron Lady. It's an honour to welcome back Meryl Streep, everybody! Yay! Hello! Lovely to see you. Sit down, dude. I told you it was a good one. Well done, you. Well done, well done. First time for Keeley. Very warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And welcome back to you and Meryl. Very nice to see you. And you're here for a little bit promoting the film, I know, Meryl. But you have spent time in London. Was it you here as a backpacker before you were Meryl Streep? Before you were just...
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I struggled to remember when that was. I think it was 1971.
Wow.
Yeah. I stayed in Bethnal Green. It was very
There's
nice.
going to be a blue plaque before morning. What did you do?
Well, I was so thrilled because it was really cheap to stay there at this little bed and breakfast. And I had no money. But breakfast was included. And I came down and it was huge. I'd never had an English breakfast, you know.
Yeah.
And I ate everything because I was starving. And I asked what the little black thing was on the side, and they said it was blood sausage or something.
Black pudding?
Black pudding.
Yeah.
Made of blood.
That's right.
So I went straight to the loo and lost it.
And now, you, Grant, you've never been backpacking, have you?
Oh, don't be absurd.
We were hoping for an amusing camping story.
I've heard of it, but why don't you put a little pack on your back?
Yes.
No, of course I did. Of course I did. I trolled around Europe between school and university.
All right.
I hung out. I was actually with a bunch of girls, I remember, who thought it was amusing to paint my toenails red. And then I stayed in a hostel which was, you know, they were divided in those days, and it was all men, and I remember having to go round the showers with my red toenails and all this quite butch Aussie and American backpack. It was a dodgy moment. Yeah.
Keeley Hawes, I'd say yes, you've backpacked.
No, I haven't.
Have you never?
Never.
Is that
I would if Meryl asked me.
is that because you're one of those people who just started working immediately?
I did, immediately, when I was 9. Straight out to work. Yeah.
And now, Meryl, you've been spending... Have you watched any British television?
I'm addicted to everything where they do the real estate. You know, the grand designs and
Under the
something
hammer.
with a hammer.
Under the hammer.
Under the hammer.
Yeah.
I love that. And also, Come Dine With Me. It's
It's the best. I mean,
it's fabulous.
You
And
have-
the couples one I
It
was
is
watching
fabulous.
today.
You have missed some quality drama. Line of Duty's on at the moment. And, no, Line of Duty is a fantastic show, and you coming back into it, everyone just thought you'd gone. And...
including me.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how did they keep that a secret? Because it's impossible to keep secrets.
I know. Well, in this day and age, you know, with the internet and everything sort of gets spoiled, and
that's
it really didn't. And so I came back into this show that, you know, you will now watch. And it was a huge surprise, and I think people responded really well. People loved it, that it was...
I don't know you very well, Keeley Hawes, but you seem like the sort of woman who would find it very hard to keep a secret.
Do I?
You're drinking, that's all I'm saying. You're
That's
drinking. Yeah, I'm in Line of Duty, yeah.
Well, people kept asking me if I was coming back, and I was, you know, lying very badly to their faces. And I felt awful about it, actually, but quite pleased.
Now, you and Meryl together in a film at last. Did either of you dream this moment would come?
No, I always thought I was too old.
Oh, stop it.
But he got older.
I'm the toy boy in the update.
Hugh Grant, every time you're on the show, you say you're going to retire, you're never going to make another film,
Yeah.
this is the last one. So how did they coax you onto the set for this?
Well, you know, I've been doing all this hacked-off stuff, and Stephen Frears, who directed this film, is a very nice supporter. And he comes to our parties, and he always used to say, "Oh, let's do a film, let's do a film." And I said, no, I think show business is in my past. And then suddenly he sent me the script, which was classy. I mean, I don't do classy films. This was classy. Meryl Streep and Stephen Frears, who wins Oscars, and rather a good part, a nuanced part, you know, with 3 dimensions.
And you're really good at it. You know
That's what I
you're...
was prompting you to say.
No, but you know you're good at it. You must kind of watch this and kind of think, oh, I'm rather good at this.
I'm less bad than normal.
Oh, shut up. Meryl and Hugh bring us such a funny, charming, sweet film. Florence Foster Jenkins. It opens on May the 6th. And Meryl, you are Florence Foster Jenkins, who was real, and I was aware of her, but I'd always thought she was sort of turn of the century, but it was 1944.
The film takes place in 1944, yes. She was a society lady at that time, in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and she was a club woman, and she gave lots of money away to charitable organizations, mostly musical societies, but she wanted to be a singer all her life, and she was a terrible singer, opera. But she had enough money that she could inflict it on her friends and club ladies, and as long as she kept it in the club, it was fine. But one night she hired Carnegie Hall, and...
And you play the very supportive husband, Sinclair Bayfield.
Yeah.
Who sort of... It's a very lovely relationship because you know her secret. That...
Yes. I know she's not just bad, she's appalling. And... because I love her, and also because I have no life without this millionairess. My character was rather a sad, failed actor with nothing outside this strange little charmed, deluded world of Florence Foster Jenkins and her musical societies. So, yes, I spend my life keeping people who are going to laugh at her or give her a bad review away.
Her recordings are very famous in the United States. I don't know if they know about them here.
No, I think they do. I mean, they're the most bought records from Carnegie Hall concerts ever.
Yeah.
Because they're sort of guaranteed funny. I want to have them at my funeral.
Have you ever heard these recordings of?
I have.
Yeah. Well, listen, we've got a clip. So here we go. I mean, it's sort of heartbreaking that her dream came true. That she is more well-remembered than very famous opera singers of the time.
Yes, more requested than the Callas program. But, you know, it's partly because she was really bad. But also, you can hear in the recording, you can hear her aspiration, her trying to be good and trying, and her delight in giving it. I mean, she really was trying to express herself. And the thing that's great about it is that it's almost okay. Enough that you kind of are on the edge of your seat. She might make it to the end of the phrase, and then it all goes south.
So is this harder to do being a good singer, or are you just hitting the wrong notes? Is like you just learned a different song?
Yeah, I did feel, I didn't know these arias. She tackled the toughest arias in the coloratura canon, you know. She aimed high. And she actually could sing an F above high C, if you know that. It's a stratospheric sound. And she could hit it, and I really couldn't. So I tried to come up to Florence Foster Jenkins. The rest of her singing, you know, she'd meander off the track often. But yeah, I tried to learn to sing them as well as I could, and then screw around with them. If you care to hear any of them, I can pull them out of the party now.
Oh, can you really?
No.
Oh, OK.
Oh, she can. A couple of drinks. Out they come.
It's extraordinary that you learn, actors go to all the bother of learning these things, then it's gone.
But it's fantastic to be able to, don't you?
It's one of the real perks of the job, things that you never would even consider. Yeah.
You also learn what you never want to do again. Like riding a horse. What's all that about? I've never been so miserable as when I had to ride a bloody horse. I was a highwayman, a really bad one. When I'm very self-conscious in a role, my voice goes very high. And I remember I had to leap out of bushes and say, "Stand and deliver!" And I was always on this horse, and the thing with horses is they stop very suddenly, and it's very uncomfortable for a gentleman. Splits your cluster.
Now, Keeley, I did not know this about you. Now, I don't know, Hugh, do you play Tomb Raider at all?
Don't be ridiculous. No, no.
I thought you might.
No, but I like the girl in it.
Lara Croft.
Yeah, and the shorts.
Now, have you played Tomb Raider, Meryl?
What?
Tomb Raider?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
OK. Well, at least Lara knows the girl Lara Croft. Well, shut your eyes, Hugh Grant, because the voice of Lara Croft is sitting beside you.
Oh, look. What?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's
the voice.
of the game.
Oh.
Yes. The voice of Lara Croft is Keeley Hawes. Now, apparently, this got confusing for your son. Is this true?
It did. When I first started doing it, my son, who will kill me after this story, my son, who's now 15, but was quite little, and he could never get past the first stage, and so you just make her run around and sort of swim and rock climb and things. But she wears these shorts, you know, so he was doing that, and then he came running in. He said, "Mummy," I said, "How's it going? You know, you enjoying the?" He said, "I like the way the lady runs." The lady with Mummy's voice was a bit. Yeah.
Did you then ban him from playing that game?
Yes,
you did. But I've spoken to people who've done this, and it's not as simple. You don't just say the lines. I mean, it takes hours and hours, doesn't it? Because don't you have to make every little noise that you might ever conceivably make?
Yeah.
Well, let me say, a person, let's call them a fan, has put together, seriously, every noise you make.
Not every noise.
I beg to differ. I think we are about to hear every noise you make. It takes a little while. You can shut your eyes, Hugh. You'll enjoy this. This is the vocal stylings of Keeley Hawes as Lara Croft. Here we go.
Oh, God. has taken the time to put this together. That's a falling off a cliff death.
There's a really long one in a second. She's done! Hey! Excellent work. Excellent work. But going back to the film, it's so adorable the way the husband keeps Florence kind of cocooned in her own sort of self-belief because he pays off critics and protects her from reviews and stuff. And you just think you couldn't do that now because Florence would just, you know, go online, scroll to the comments and never sing again.
We've all done that. How do we get up in the morning?
Have you Googled Meryl Streep?
I did it when they first invented Google, and never again.
Well, the haters had got there first.
They were there, ready and waiting.
But you go on Twitter, you actually tweet. And people must tweet you back, and you see them.
I get trolled back, yes. Yeah. And I have to say, I think the British should be very proud of their trolling, because it's very high quality. It's really helpful.
What's the worst
Troll
thing?
of the Year show.
What's the worst thing you've had?
Oh, God. Well, they're mostly unrepeatable, but yeah. There was one only the other day that said Hugh Grant now looks like a scrotum. That's rather good.
I wish mine did. That's a compliment. But it is that thing, though. When you love someone, you do want to either protect them or impress them. You want to be your best possible. Because now, Keeley Hawes, you're married to Matthew McFadden.
I am.
But when you were dating, you did try to enhance who Keeley Hawes was.
Yes. Yes,
So what did you lie about?
Well, we were chatting away one day, and we started talking about tennis, and I sort of went along with this conversation about tennis and started talking about how, you know, I was quite good at tennis too. Grew up, you know, on a council flat with no ball games above, you know, and I had not really ever been anywhere near a tennis racket. And, oh, yes, really. And so I took myself off for lessons because he then sort of had arranged this game of tennis. And so I was going to turn up and, you know, be humiliated. And so, yeah, I went and had a few lessons.
And did you lie about skiing as well?
I lied about skiing. I lied about cooking. That was good. That was good because he's an excellent cook. And so
See,
I
can I just stop you there?
dark.
Basic thing, if somebody is an excellent cook, let them.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I was, you know, trying to impress. And
So what did you cook him?
Well, I went to a Tesco Metro, and I one of those, I don't even know what it was, some
Tesco
beef
Select.
and pepper type thing. And I made the flat very, very dark and lit some candles and sort of shoved it in the microwave and got it out with none of the, you know, apparatus to prove that I'd cooked. I don't know what I thought I was doing. Made it very dark, and he was eating it and saying, what's in this? I was going, well, you know, beef and peppers. And it was awful, and then the lights went on, and then it all, you know.
The ski lie is quite a common one, though. I had a girl I knew who did the same lie you did about tennis, about skiing with this boy she really fancied. He said, "Do you want to come skiing?" And she didn't ski at all, but for some reason she said yes. Turned up on the slopes, didn't really know what she was doing at all, and the first thing she told me she needed was a pee, and she didn't really know what was happening, so she asked someone, and they said, well, just go off the side of the piste into the woods and, you know, take your trousers down and have a pee. And so she did that, and halfway through the pee, she lost control of her skis and came back out onto the piste, still crouching and still peeing. And that has to be a low moment.
Now, you, Grant, when you talk about your co-stars, you're quite open about talking about your co-stars. I don't remember, you gave an interview to Elle magazine, and they asked you about your various leading ladies. Do you remember some of the things you said about them?
I think it was regrettable.
Well, Emma Thompson, clever, funny, mad as a chair.
Well, that's true, you know Emma.
Yes, in fairness.
Yeah.
I'm quite a mad chair. Yeah. Renée Zellweger, delightful, also far from sane.
Fair. She is genuinely lovely.
Yeah.
But her emails are 48 pages long.
Wow.
Can't understand a word of them. I'll put them on Twitter.
That Sandra Bullock is genius, a German, but too many dogs.
Way too many dogs. Yeah.
Then we get into a run of these. Julianne Moore, brilliant actress, loathes me.
Yes.
Rachel Weisz, clever, beautiful, despises me.
Yes, yes.
Drew Barrymore, made her cry, hates me. That can't be true.
No.
Julianne definitely hates me. No, Rachel Weisz, I think we got on fine. I don't know why I said that. Maybe I was going for a comedy triple. I don't know. I don't know. Who was the third one?
Drew Barrymore.
She made the mistake of giving me notes. How would you take that?
Oh, well,
when you're acting with someone and
I took them very well, didn't I?
Wowza!
So, but they believed you.
They
believed.
Oh, no.
Because, Meryl, I've heard you speaking about how you are now sort of aware of the effect you have on a cast.
Oh, yeah. I heard you say you were terrified. You weren't really terrified because the first day I worked with you, I forgot my lines.
I loved that.
Immediately.
The highlight of my year. Well, here's an interesting question I meant to ask you all these months and never dared. Are you ever nervous? Were you ever nervous?
You did ask me that.
Did I? What was your answer?
Every day you ask me that. I'm so nervous. Aren't you nervous? No, second week, I'm not nervous of this. But when we got up at Carnegie Hall, I was shaking.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
And that was late in the shoot. And when I had to, at the end, when I... nervous about that.
Well, that's not easy.
No, I get nervous. I get nervous on chat shows. Chat shows are hard.
Oh, stop
You're
it.
a genius. I don't know how you do it. You put the most uptight people relaxed, but it is very tough.
But you are all relaxed. You're nice.
I'm really uptight still.
You haven't moved. I know.
But the thing is, but you can sort of relate to it, I guess, people's reaction to you, because when you were starting out, you must have had the reaction to...
I did. I had... The first famous person I knew was Al Pacino. I didn't work with him, but he came over to the house for dinner. He was a friend of my boyfriend, and I was cooking... Why? I cooked spaghetti. I cooked homemade spaghetti sauce, and somebody had told me once to put a carrot in the sauce. Oh, it was awful. And I just remember stirring it, and for some reason, my lip going like this. I wasn't saying anything, it was just going... I was so nervous because he was so famous, but, people
You
are
should have
people.
just gone to Tesco Metro.
Yes. Did he about the carrot?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
No, I just knew it wasn't any good.
And it is that thing that every time we see Meryl Streep in a film, it becomes kind of ridiculous, but you are brilliant in them all. Have you got performances that you watch back or remember where you kind of think, oh, actually, I was a bit pants in that, or...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, come on!
Oh, my God.
Let's guess! No, that's bad.
No, you won't guess.
That's a bad
You won't
game.
guess. No, I know. That's a bad game. But you won't guess because I've just collected a lot of awards for that film, but I'm no.
Oh, really? So it's one of your big successes, and you think...
Well, I wouldn't say it was successful. It was venerated. Yeah.
Ooh, I'll get it out of him.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you. It was the French tennis woman.
Yeah.
I really thought, but part of it was in the I'm giving myself an out, but part of it was the structure of it was sort of artificial because it was I was the actress playing the French attendant's woman.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was an American actress playing the British woman. And I hear it now. I was young and new at this, and I just didn't. I wasn't as pleased as I could. I didn't feel like I was living it. I didn't feel I imbued the angel of inspiration with the whatever it was. That's a line from the movie. But yeah, we always feel you always want to do something better after the fact, but you know.
But there must be ones also you kind of think, nailed it. This you nailed. You both do, honestly.
We were happy with
terrific in it. Now, Keeley, as I was saying, very busy actress. May the 7th, you're going to be on BBC Two in such a starry Shakespeare adaptation, The Hollow Crown.
Hollow Crown, yeah.
There's you and Dame Judi Dench.
Yes.
Who, unfortunately, has put some leggings on her head. I don't quite know. Terrible wardrobe malfunction. But, so it's you, Judi Dench, Benedict Cumberbatch is in it?
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. Lovely Benedict.
I love the red.
Yes.
Oh, there he is. But now, apparently...
That was scary.
You quite a...
Scary things. That was terrifying because I had somehow got to the age of 38 and never done Shakespeare, ever. And, you know, this... I don't know, if you're going to do it, you know, you might as well... And you're given the opportunity. But to arrive on your first day on set and immediately have a scene with one of the greatest ever Shakespearean actor, you know, Judi Dench, is a bit, you know...
Yeah. Does she give notes?
Oh, I'd take them. She's absolutely heaven. She's been, I mean, she's just wonderful.
And now, apparently you had quite a surreal evening. Was it with Judy and Benedict in a pub?
We did. We were in the middle of nowhere. We had amazing locations, and we were in this pub and all having a bit of supper. And Benedict came in, and Judy was there, and Judy's lovely friend, and we all sat, and the door to the little hall joining the pub opening, and people had clocked, you know, oh, there's Judy, and this was a big event. And then a girl came in. She was 16, and she came in and started to cry, sobbing. And it turned out that she was having, in the hall next door, in the middle of nowhere, a Benedict Cumberbatch-themed birthday party. with, you know, the cake with Ben's face on it. And there he was. And so, yeah, that was terrific. You know, with Judi Dench as a sort of side note. Quite extraordinary. It was a wonderful thing to see, you know, and of course he was brilliant because he's lovely, and suddenly it was, I mean, it was just amazing.
Oh, isn't that terrible? Her life has peaked at 16.
Yeah.
It'll never be better than that. Do you remember the year when? We must mention big ITV hit. The Durrells continues on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Because this has been huge. It's the big Sunday night thing now.
I'm so relieved. I probably shouldn't say that.
And
you never know when you make something how it's going to turn out and what people are going to...
But already, I think they've just announced, haven't they, that more?
They have. We were told today. The first 2 episodes have gone out, and the third one's this Sunday night. And they have commissioned the next series, so back to Corfu.
Excellent.
It's a hard, tough gig.
Someone
has to do it.
But that is one of those jobs where it's like, I was saying to you, it's like Death in Paradise or Indian Summers, where it's just like winning the lottery, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Basically, yeah. But getting bitten by mosquitoes.
Oh.
Which is a very small price to
really,
pay.
really,
Yeah,
shut up.
Sorry, I'll take that
No patience. Right, it is music time. On the 14th of May in Stockholm, this duo will carry the hopes of a nation to the Eurovision Song Contest, performing You're Not Alone. It's Willkommen and Bienvenue to Joe and Jake. Hey! Great job, boys. Come and join me now. Well done. Congratulations. Congratulations. Come and sit down. Sit down there. Do sit down. Very good, Joe and Jake. And other people. Well done. Well done. It's a lovely song. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And it's out now as a single, isn't it? You're Not Alone.
It is indeed. It is available now.
Together, yeah. No, and would it be lovely if people bought it? Imagine if it was in the charts when you headed off to Stockholm.
It'd be fantastic. You know, what we're doing right now is we're literally living our dream. You know, we've signed to Sony. We're two young lads having fun, representing the UK. We're just so proud.
What more could you ask for, yeah?
Exactly, exactly.
Well, let's think.
I'm sure we can find some.
Yeah, talking about Eurovision, our American visitor, do you know what Eurovision is, even?
Yes.
Oh.
Of course I do.
Is that because of the ABBA connection?
Yeah,
or-
because I knew that ABBA was discovered there.
Yes. And Hugh has a Eurovision party every year, I believe.
I do. It's called Null Point. I always go Sandy Shore.
Of course.
Yes, puppet on a string.
One of the best.
Sometimes I'm a puppet, sometimes I'm her.
Don't get decide. Keeley Hawes, it means nothing to you, does it?
It doesn't mean very much, no. Bucks Fizz was my moment.
yeah.
Well, now it's time to get back involved. You've met these boys.
Yes.
You're emotionally invested.
I am.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. Where have you been now? Just in Israel or somewhere?
Yeah, we got back from Israel last night.
Okay.
So, singing at the Eurovision parties. We, you know, met the other contestants, which was great. So
Ooh, who have you met? Who have you met?
we've met. Well, there was around,
Belarus.
Yeah, Belarus. We've been trying.
Oh, was that Ivan?
It was Ivan.
Okay,
yeah.
this is good. Here's a picture of Ivan.
He didn't look like that when we met.
I just got the worst fright. That is, in fact, the wolf's tail hanging down. I was thinking, my God, that wolf is quite the goer. It's certainly putting Ivan to shame. There's nothing hanging down there.
I did ask him about it, actually. I asked him if he was going to be wearing, like, a skin-coloured bodysuit or if he was going to have a leaf, but it turns out no.
This is the act?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not for the... This is the UK act.
No, I understand.
Yes. He's from Belarus.
Yeah.
It's far away. I have high hopes for Serhat from San Marino. Here's Serhat, reclining in the finest hotel in San Marino.
He hasn't got his monocle.
Or does he normally have a monocle?
Usually he has, like, a monocle.
To be honest, if you don't win now, it's shameful. Okay?
I'll have to take that one with me.
Yeah, you can't come home if you don't win. Now, I am concerned because how do you think the EU referendum is going to affect your performance on the night?
I think we're just going to stay away from that.
No, but I worry,
think
you
it's one of
see. I
those.
worry because we're having this big referendum.
Yeah.
This happens before the referendum. Oh. If Europe isn't good to our boys, Brexit guaranteed.
There's no pressure.
No pressure.
whatsoever.
No, it's just the future of the country.
We'll do our best.
And what about
gonna be fun.
what about the staging? Have you got all that sorted?
Yeah, we've been talking about it, you know, because the song's about friendship and people being together, and we really want the public to be a part of our staging this year. So our idea is that people could send in selfies to be a part of the staging, and we were hoping we could potentially get one with you here.
A selfie with me?
Yeah.
You can.
Right
How big is your arm?
I've got a great selfie arm. I've practiced a few times.
If you sat on the floor there and I go back there, you could get everybody in. Do you want
That'd
that?
be brilliant. If
Do you
that's
mind?
okay
Do you
with
mind?
guys. Is that okay?
No.
No. If you sit on the floor.
I'll sit on the floor.
Okay, and you too.
I also sit.
Yeah. And then we'll see if you can get us all in.
Ready?
Can you get us all in if we're in the back there?
Get around.
Hang on.
Whoa.
Are we all in? Yes, there's Keeley. I can see us all. This is good.
This is brilliant. There we go.
Look at that! We're all going to Eurovision! We're all going to Eurovision. Excellent. It's May the 14th. It'll obviously be on BBC One. The best of luck. To Joe and Jake, everybody! Do us proud! But I say, do us proud, but not too proud. Don't win, just do very well. We don't want to shock everyone. Nobody wants to win, because then you've got to host it.
Oh.
Yeah. And, you know, the quarantine for wolves is very good. Right, before we go, just time for a quick visit to the big red chair. Who's there? Hello?
Hi.
It's like someone is operating you. That voice didn't seem to come out of him, did it? What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew, lovely. And what do you do, Andrew?
I'm an accountant.
All right, but it's Dress Down Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you live, Andrew?
I live in London.
Okay. just keeping it vague. He lives in the capital city of the United Kingdom, doing some accounts. That's what I do. Off you go, Andrew, with your story.
Yes, so this is a story about a second date. So I was lucky enough to bag a second date.
Well done.
And I was, understandably, I was nervous,
Yes.
but excited, and I wanted to impress her. So I organised to meet after work at a cocktail bar, 2 for 1, just very classic.
Yeah.
And so...
You are an accountant, after all. you did the sums before you went.
Yeah, so I, nervous, and obviously turned to a bit of drink for a bit of Dutch courage. I had a show booked. It was all going well. The chat was flowing. Things were going really, really well. Really liked...
Yeah, okay,
it was all going
yes,
well.
yes.
I started to realise that I felt so ill.
Oh,
And,
no, you didn't. Did you?
We were still chatting the whole way, and I just suddenly went silent. And I didn't say anything to her. I just ran off and just threw up everywhere. I basically just given up, and I realised she was behind me, watching me do this the whole time. And luckily, she still kissed me afterwards.
Oh! You say luckily? Jesus! What's wrong with her? I thought the story might end, but she agreed to be my wife. Are you still dating her?
Yes, she's in the audience, actually. I'm not sure for how.
No, I don't want to see her. Don't look over there. Oh my God, there she is. That's her. Don't wave. Wow, that's a good top if he gets sick again tonight. Let's see what else is in the chair. Hello?
Hi.
Oh, I can't. Some nights you've got the patience, some nights you just don't. Try for one more. Hello?
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 Oh, we do have time for one more. Hello, what's your name?
It's Tim.
Hello, Tim. And what do you do?
I'm a teacher.
All right. What age of children do you teach?
I teach adults
All right. What do you teach them?
how to be accountants.
Seems to be a reoccurring theme.
Wow.
Is it like a coach trip?
Welcome.
OK, Tim, off you go with the story.
When I was 10 years old, I was reading a book about a woman who walked across Africa, and it featured the word masturbate, which I had never heard before. So I went to ask my dad what it meant, and he spent about 15 minutes being very vague and winking at me and saying, it's all about spending time alone and enjoying time with yourself, and yes. So I thought, OK, great, I've learnt a new word for when I'm reading my book or playing on my computer game. So I went to school the next day, and my teacher said, like, what did you do last night? And I gleefully said, oh, I spent 2 hours masturbating.
That's a good story. Tim, good more. Good more, Tim. Well done, everyone. If you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in the red chair, you can contact us via our website at this very address. That is it for tonight. Please join me in saying a huge thank you to my guests, Joe and Jake, everybody. Good luck, boys. Keeley Hawes, Hugh Grant, and Meryl Streep.